What up, YS family? So listen, before we jump into the message, let's go ahead and check this challenge out.
Hey guys, we're doing the one chip challenge. Oh, nice. Okay, ready? No. I just want you guys to look at my hands. Like, it's just not. I get. Ready?
Yep.
The whole thing.
3,
2,
2, 1.
go.
Whole thing.
I'm gonna eat it. I just can't. 3, 2.
Whole thing.
I'm gonna do it.
No, that's not fair.
Okay. 3.
The whole thing.
I'm gonna do the whole thing. 3, 2. Sucker. I'm just kidding. I'll do it.
Ooh, that's not good. You gotta hurry up. I'm already done one. Jesus.
Oh, I feel it. I'm about to start crying. Ready? You ate hot Cheetos.
Yeah, that's bad.
Don't cough. To explain what it feels like. Kenny?
Wow.
You're crying!
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. How'd you do this?
How long does it last?
15 minutes.
That's like level 1, dude.
Yeah, it enhances. Like it creeps up on you. Yeah.
I'm getting
I want to
dizzy.
show my hands.
I'm getting dizzy.
Well, you're going around in circles.
Can we put some worship music on? Like,
I'm gonna fall. You
Oh.
go?
throw up. Oh my God. No. Don't do that.
Just look straight into the camera.
That's it. Goodbye.
What up, youth society? So y'all thought I was playing. Y'all thought that I was really perpetrating and faking. Did you not see Jesse was crying? Did you not see that Jazz almost passed out? I'm trying to tell you, don't try it. Don't try it at home. I don't even know why we tried it. It was reckless, but we did it for you guys. We're thankful that you guys were entertained by it and it was able to just grab your attention. But I want to ask you this question. As we were doing that, did you think in your mind that like Pastor Jeff was like perpetrating? You probably did. Just a little, you was like, man, it ain't that hot. He probably didn't really eat it. It was probably edited. I'm telling you, those things crushed my soul. So as we jump in, I want to just remind you guys, next Wednesday, October 27th, make sure you're at the Metro 8, 6:30. It's going down. I can't wait to see your guys' amazing faces. We have missed you guys so much. So listen, make sure to invite a friend. We're giving away prizes. We have a lot of prizes this time. Also, the big prize is going to be who has the best costume. Don't come anything reckless, but just make sure you have a fire costume. I think I got something in my bag that I'm going to pull out for you guys. So I'm excited for next week. It's going to be a turn up. Make sure you're there. So as you guys know, we are ending this sermon series called what? The Line. That's right. The Line. This is the last one. And this one, I believe, is going to give some clarity to a lot of people who probably don't really understand boundaries. Sometimes we don't realize that if we don't set boundaries, people will give us their boundaries. And I want you guys to grab this concept right now of boundaries in your life will save you in the long run. I get it. Sometimes it gets uncomfortable. Sometimes it may even be where you may have to turn friends down. But I guarantee you it's for the good of your life. So let's jump right in. And it comes in Genesis 3, verses 2 through 7. And we're going to do a little bit of reading today. It's okay. And it says this. The woman said to the serpent, we may eat the fruit from the trees in the garden. But God did say, you must not eat from the tree that is in the middle of the garden. And you must not touch it, or you will die. You will not certainly die, the serpent said to the woman, for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband, who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made covering for themselves. Now, I know it was a little bit of reading. I get it. But I want you to grasp just a few things. One, it says that what? She saw. That's the one word I want you to grab. The next thing, it said that it was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom. Those are three things that you need to pay attention to. And this is why. It says that she saw that the fruit was good. It's interesting, she saw. Then the next one is that it was good for food. Interesting. And then the last, it says desirable to gain wisdom. My first point is this. What has your ear has your attention. I'm going to say that again. What has your ear has your attention. So as we read the story, some of you guys have heard it, some of you guys may not. This is the story of Adam and Eve and the fall in the Garden of Eden. Now, when we look at that, the serpent had her ear, which grabbed her attention, and her sole focus was on what he was saying, not actually. And this is the crazy part. She was hearing what he was saying, but she wasn't listening to what he was saying. There's a difference between hearing and listening. If I hear something, it's one thing. If I'm listening, I'm taking in every word. See, the serpent twisted the truth just a little bit, but she didn't listen to that. She just heard that. She just heard what he was saying, and it grabbed her attention. And what has your attention will have your influence. So the next point is this. What has your attention, can it influence your actions? I'm going to say that again. What has your attention can influence your actions. See, the serpent had her attention, which caused her to act in a way that she knew she shouldn't have done. Because right before she says, God said that we should not eat that. We should not even touch it. She knew this. The problem is that what had her ear long enough convinced her of what was already taught to her. A lot of times, what grabs our attention is what has our ear the longest, and we forget about what has been taught to us from when we were younger, which was supposed to create boundaries. We end up breaking boundaries because we hear too much of what's going on around us, and whatever has our attention the most is what will build our character, which builds our action. What are some things that you have acted on that you probably shouldn't have, and it started out what had your ear? And whatever had your ear had your attention. And whatever had your attention, it may have influenced your action. I'm going to ask you this. Have you ever been in something and you said, I'm just going to try this? And as you tried it just a little bit, you ended up going further than what you wanted, and then you got in trouble, and then your parents said, why did you do that? And you're like, I don't even remember how I got there. I don't even remember why I did it. Why'd you do this? I don't know. You don't remember why you did it, and you don't know why you did it. Why? Because it started out with something small that just had your attention enough to influence a difference in your thought process because that had more of your attention. I love how it says, and Adam was with her. Why was Adam not talking to her and having her ear more than the serpent? The serpent had her ear long enough to influence her long enough to make her think that she can become God. The next point is this. What influences your actions will build your behavior. I'm going to say that one more time. What influences your actions will build your behavior. So whatever has your ear grabs your attention. Whatever has your attention can influence your action. And whatever makes your actions, whatever is influencing your actions will build your behavior. Your behavior is who you are on a consistent basis. So like for me, every morning I get up, I go out on my balcony now that we out here in Indio, come on somebody. We have a balcony and it looks at the mountains. And I always just sit out there and I just thank God every morning. And I'm like, God, thank you so much for aligning us in this position today. Thank you, God, for allowing us to be where we're at today. I'm grateful every morning. That's a behavior. Then the next thing that I do is I wake my kids up. All right, guys, it's time to get up. It's time to read our Bible. It's time to get ready for the day. It's time to eat our cereal or waffles, whatever it is that they want to eat that morning. And then we move on with our day. That is behavior. That is the influence that the Word of God has given me. Why? Because it tells me that I should teach my kids, train my kids so that they may not depart from the Word. That's what the Bible tells me. That's behavior, right? What is the behavior that you have today? And then if you ask yourself if the behavior is getting me in trouble, it could be because I didn't set boundaries and I've allowed too many influences in my life. And the last one is this: your behavior will shape your habits. My behavior and my habits are the bridge of who I will become with my character. They should be in alignment. What I do on a consistent basis are the habits and the behaviors of my life. How I behave, how my habits are shaped is how my family will walk in their destiny. And I want to give you guys this. Those are boundaries that we set. I don't veer away from those boundaries. Why? Because my family is depending on my behavior. My family is depending on my everyday habits, my everyday character and integrity that is being built. And the final call to action for you is this. The word that we saw, again, I want you guys to hear, is saw. She saw the food was good to eat. That's all it says. It doesn't say that it was good for her to eat it. It just says that it was good to eat. Well, what does that mean? Dog food is good to eat for dogs. It's not good for people to eat. Hay is good for horses, but it's not good for humans to eat. Certain plants are good for animals to eat, but it will not be good for us because it will make us what? Sick. It's good for a lion to eat meat raw. It's good for them. We as humans cannot eat like that because it would make us sick. The problem is that she's seen that it was good to eat. It doesn't say that it was good for her to eat. Maybe for animals, it was good for them to eat that fruit. But it says for her and Adam, it was not good for us to even touch it. Remember that not all things that are good for someone or something else are good for you. Just because somebody else is reading something, just because somebody else can watch X, Y, Z, does not mean that it is good for you. What is good for you? What is the boundaries that are set around you? Let me help you get that. There's certain music that I can't listen to because it takes me back to a place that I would not want to be at again. There's certain places that I cannot go. Not that they're negative or that they're sinful, but there's actions that took place when I used to be that I cannot be there anymore. So let me ask you, What are some things that you may need to cut off and set boundaries around so you don't cross the line, so you can be at the greatest that you could possibly be? Family, I get it. There are people that you have been around since you were in kindergarten. That was a great season and a great run. But there's an old song that it says, "What have you done for me lately? Y'all too young for that. Don't worry about it. But that song says, "What have you done for me lately?" It's not about what you can do for me. It's what you're pushing to. What are you pushing me to? Are you pushing me to Jesus? Are you pushing me to my purpose? Are you pushing me to my destiny? Or are you pulling me away from that? Family, it's time to set boundaries and stop crossing the line. Because every time we cross that line, it puts us in positions that we didn't want to be in the first place, nor did we ever expect to be in. So I pray that today you are blessed by this word, because I know it blessed me. It even reminded me that I need to put up some boundaries and maybe not even veer away from the boundaries that I've set. So remember, guys, October 27th, Metro,